Hello students, today we are going to start a very important chapter in the physical chemistry that is called chemical kinetics. This chapter has a very much important in competitive exam like IIT, JEE and NEET exams. Even in the board exam, that is the 12th board exam also, this chapter has very much weightage. Okay, now what is the definition of a chemical kinetics? Chemical kinetics, it is a branch of the physical chemistry that deals with the rate of reactions and factors affecting the rate of reactions and the reaction mechanism. Now here in physical chemistry there are some other important chapters like thermodynamics and chemical equilibrium. But in this chapter we deals with the rate of reactions and what is the effect of what are the factors that affecting the rate of a chemical reaction and what is the mechanism of a reaction. Okay, now whereas in thermodynamics, which deals with the spontaneity, feasibility of a process, whether a reaction occurs or not on its own, that is called feasibility. Now thermodynamics deals with the feasibility of a process. Okay, it could not explain how fast, how slow the reaction happens, but this chemical kinetics will explain that how fast, how slow a reaction can go or can occur. Okay, how fast reactants, how slow the reactants can be converted into product during a course of the time interval. Okay, now here best example, if you see diamond and graphite, we know graphite is thermodynamically more stable form. Okay, so diamond to graphite conversion is exothermic process, delta H value negative, and from diamond to graphite if you see the randomness increases, that is the entropy increases, so delta S value positive and delta H value negative. So delta G is always negative. Delta G is always negative. When delta G is always negative, the process is always spontaneous. Diamond to graphite is spontaneous phenomena. We may think diamond is forever, but it is not correct. Diamond is converted into graphite, but the conversion is a very slow process. So this slow process we cannot predict. Okay, now based on the speed or velocity of reactions, there are three types of reactions based on the speed or based on the velocity. Very fast reactions, number one, they are also known as instantaneous reactions. Now the reactions which are completed within the fraction of the seconds, are you getting my point? Such reactions regarding very fast or instantaneous reactions. Do you know acid-base reactions? Acid-base reactions are very fast reactions, number one. Number two, ionic reactions, nothing but precipitation reactions, also very fast reactions. Example here, acid-base reaction when hydrochloric acid combined with a sodium hydroxide, that is a strong base. Hydrochloric acid is a strong acid to form a salt NaCl and H2O. This reaction is a instantaneous, very fast reaction. Okay. Number two, sodium chloride reaction with silver nitrate. If you take the sodium chloride in one test tube, that is NaCl, and silver nitrate in another test tube, that is AgNO3. If you add the NaCl to the AgNO3, immediately you will obtain a white color precipitate, that is called silver chloride. This reaction is a very fast reaction. Here only ions are mutually exchanging, Na plus ion combining with NO3 minus ion and Cl minus ion combining with Ag plus ion to form AgCl precipitate, which is a sparingly soluble or almost insoluble in the water. Okay. Next, explosive reaction. We know atom bomb explosive reaction. Example, explosion of TNT, trinitrotoluene. These are the examples for the very fast reaction, nothing but the instantaneous reactions. In this instantaneous very fast reactions, it is very difficult to measure the speed of the reaction or the velocity of the reaction. Okay. Number two, moderate reactions. In the sense we can predict the rate of the reaction or we can determine or we can measure the reaction velocity. these reactions which are completed in a measurable time of interval, that means measurable time of interval means within the seconds, within the minutes, within the hours, like that. Okay, so these moderate reactions are very important reactions. These moderate reactions nothing but indirectly molecular reactions, nothing but which reactions? Molecular reactions. Okay, now in these moderate reactions there are lot of example. We have inversion of cane sugar, that is the hydrolysis of cane sugar, that is the C12H22O11 to give glucose, and fructose, that is the C6H12O6. Hydrolysis of ester in acidic medium to give carboxylic acid and alcohol, we know in the organic chemistry. Apart from these two examples, there are lot of other example like hydrogen peroxide decomposition to give H2O and O2. Okay, now dinitrogen pentoxide decomposes to give dinitrogen pentoxide or dinitrogen pentoxide, dinitrogen tetroxide and oxygen. Okay, now hydrogen react with iodine to give hydrogen iodide. All these examples are regarding for moderate reactions. So in this chapter especially we focus on the moderate reactions only, because in moderate reactions only we can determine the velocity or speed of the reaction by experiment. Okay, now the third category, that is the very slow reactions. In these reactions, that means these reactions are completed in a very long time of interval, so that's why these reactions are called very slow reactions. The best example, rusting of iron in the presence of air and moisture. So the rusting of iron will require it will require weeks, days, months also, or years together also. That's why such reactions are said to be very slow reactions. Now it is not possible to determine the rate of a reaction of a very fast reactions as well as the very slow reactions. Okay, then it is not difficult to it is very difficult to determine the speed of such reactions. Okay, but the rate of reaction can be determined for moderate reactions, that is the most moderate speed of reactions, velocity can be determined. Okay, now the first definition is what is the rate of a reaction or a reaction rate. Now what is the definition of a rate? Rate is nothing but any quantity change, that is any change in quantity or any quantity change divided by time taken for the change. Let's suppose velocity, that means suppose how much of the distance traveled in a unit time of interval, that is called velocity or speed. Okay, now similarly in case of chemical reactions, what is the quantity changing here? Concentration. What is the quantity changing in the chemical reactions? Concentration. Initially reactants we have very high concentration. As the time starts, the reaction progress, due to which the reactant slowly converted into products. That means gradually the concentration of reactants what happens? Decreases, and the concentration of products what happens? Increases. That means what is the change in the quantity here? Concentration. So in chemical reactions we can define the reaction rate as a change in the molar concentration of a species. Change in the molar concentration of a species. The species either it may be reactant or it may be product per unit time. This is very important. Per minute, per second, per hour, like that. So in a certain unit time of interval, how much of concentration will changes? That is called reaction rate or rate of reaction. Okay. Now it is also defined as the decrease in the concentration of the reactants or increase in the concentration of the product per unit time. Yes, just now I told you, as the time starts, the concentration of reactants slowly what happens? Decreases. The concentration of reactants slowly what happens? Decreases. Whereas the concentration of the product slowly what happens? Increases. Okay, so this is also the definition of the rate of reaction. Okay, the rate of reaction is nothing but change in the concentration divided by time taken. Now in case of gaseous phase reaction, instead of concentration we use the term that is called partial pressure. We use the term that is called what? partial pressure. So here rate of reaction delta C, that is the change in the concentration, divided by delta T, that is the change in the time interval. In case of gas phase reaction, we can say delta P, change in the partial pressure, divided by delta T, that is the change in the time. Okay, now what is the unit for the rate of a reaction? Here there are two types of reactions here. Gas phase reaction. In gas phase reaction, generally in gas phase reaction and in aqueous phase reaction, there are two types of reactions we have. First of all, in aqueous phase reaction, generally we use the term molarity for the concentration. So molarity, that is the change in the concentration expressed in terms of molarity, divided by time interval. So shall I write moles per liter per time interval, moles per liter per time, moles per liter per time. If the reaction occurring in the gas phase reaction, change in the concentration nothing but the change in the partial pressure. The partial pressure generally expressed in the ATM. So ATM per time, that is ATM into time inverse, ATM into time inverse. Okay, now the time may be expressed in the seconds, it may be expressed in the minutes, it may be expressed in the hours, it may be expressed in the days, it may be expressed in the week, it may be expressed in the month or year. So most of the questions we can use the time interval in seconds, in minutes and in hours. Okay, that is depending upon the problem. Now here, how to interchange the concentration into pressure or pressure into concentration, this is very important. Okay, now we know gases generally behaves ideal nature. For a ideal gas, we know what is the gas equation, ideal gas equation, PV is equal to what? nRT, where P is the pressure of the ideal gas, V is the volume of the ideal gas, and number of moles of ideal gas, capital R, we know gas constant, universal gas constant, and T is the absolute temperature. Okay, from here what is the P? That is N by V into RT. What is the N? Number of moles. What is the V? Volume. So number of moles divided by volume, number of moles divided by volume in liter. So this is the number of moles upon volume in liter, nothing but what? Concentration, nothing but molarity. So instead of N by V, shall I write the capital C? Nothing but the concentration. So P is equal to C into RT. This is the relation between pressure and concentration, where the temperature T should be expressed in the Kelvin temperature. Okay, and R value 0.0821 liter ATM per mole per Kelvin. Now the R value instead of 0.0821, that is the capital R value, approximately we can take 0.08, nothing but 1 by 12. For a calculation point of view, we can use the capital R value as a 1 by 12. Okay, now here the pressure is equal to concentration multiplied by RT, change in the pressure delta P divided by change in the time interval delta T is equal to change in the concentration delta C by change in the time delta T into RT. So this is a very important relation between the change in the pressure versus change in the concentration. Okay, now there are two types of rate of reactions. The first one is the average rate and second one is the instantaneous rate. Average rate, that is the total change in the concentration delta C divided by total change in the time interval, that is called delta T. Okay, now the concentration change, if you observe with respect to reactants, the concentration value what happens? Decreases. That's why we are using a negative sign here. And what about the concentration of the products? Increases. So that's why we can use the positive sign here. Are you getting my point? So C1 initial concentration, C2 final concentration, T1, T2 initial and final time intervals. Okay, now here instantaneous means at a moment. So particularly at a particular time of interval, if you want to find the rate of a reaction, that is called instantaneous or instantaneous. That means when the time interval, that is the delta T approaches to 0, then we can say delta C upon delta T is equal to dC upon dt. Remember, delta is corresponding to large change, d corresponding to small change. Generally we can express the we can determine the rate of a reaction in the small interval of time, okay. Now here, so the graphical representation, there are two graphs given. Left side one graph is there, right side another graph is there. Left side the graph corresponding to reactants and the right side graph corresponding to products. Just now I told you, as the time starts, the concentration of reactants slowly decreases. That's why there is a exponentially graph decreases, okay. And in case of products, the concentration will increases, okay. Now here, if you want to calculate the average velocity, that means you have to take any two concentrations, C1 concentration, let's suppose C2 concentration at the C1 concentration time interval T1, at C2 concentration time interval T2. Now the R average value is the change in the concentration, that is the C1 minus C2, okay, divided by time taken, that is the T2 minus T1, okay. This is called R average. Actually we have to take the final concentration minus initial concentration, but the reactant concentration final decreases as compared to initial, so that's why I am writing here negative sign. So minus of minus you will get plus, that's why directly we are using C1 minus C2 instead of minus of C2 minus C1, okay. Now at a particular instant of time, we have to calculate the rate of reaction, that is called instantaneous rate or instantaneous. Let's suppose at this particular point, that is the time interval T, the concentration is C, okay. Now how to find at a particular moment, we have to find the rate of a reaction. Then what we have to do, we have to draw the tangent line, okay. After getting the tangent line, with the help of the tangent line slope, we can calculate the R instantaneous. So on the y-axis concentration C, on the x-axis time interval T. So the dy by dx, slope nothing but the dy by dx, okay. Here on the y-axis concentration is C, on the x-axis time interval T1. So R instantaneous nothing but capital C upon, that is the concentration upon time interval T1. This will be R instantaneous, and the first graph will be R average. Are you getting my point? Now the relation between the rate of different species, reactant or product in a chemical reaction, okay. Let's suppose I have a simple example, A gives B. Now we have to always remember, initially time taken 0, that means reaction is not started, okay. T0, whatever the concentration of reactant is, let's say small a moles per liter, at that time interval there will be no product, that is 0. Now if the reaction starts after a particular time of interval T, that is 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, etc. Let's suppose X moles of A decomposes, according to which X moles of product B will be formed, because the stoichiometry will be 1:1 ratio, okay. Now rate of reaction of A, nothing but change in concentration of A. What is the concentration of change in concentration? Delta A or dA by dt. Why I am writing the negative sign? Because the concentration of reactants decreases, okay. Minus of d by dt of, now final concentration of reactants, how much at a time interval T? A minus X. Minus of initial concentration will be A. Minus A plus A gets cancelled, so minus of minus you will get dx by dt, okay. That is the minus dA by dt. Remember, the rate of reaction of A is indirectly known as the rate of consumption of A, or indirectly known as the rate of disappearance of A. Remember, in a course of a reaction, generally reactants, what happens? They consume or they disappear. That's why we can use rate of reaction of A or rate of A. Simply we can say rate of A. We can also write rate of A is equal to minus dA by dt, okay, which is equal to dx by dt. Now come to rate of B, or indirectly we can say rate of production of a formation of B, or rate of appearance of B, because in any given chemical reaction, the product of the concentration of the products the concentration of the products, what happens? Increases. So the rate of production or formation, indirectly the products will be appear while the reactants will be disappear. So the terminology we can use rate of reaction of B, or rate of production of B, or rate of appearance of B, all are equivalent, okay. Now that is the change in concentration of B by time taken, delta B by delta T or dB by dt. So final concentration of product will be X, initial concentration will be 0, X minus 0, that will be X. So from 1 and 2, if you see on the RHS delta X by delta T, so the LHS must be equal minus dA by dt equal to minus dB by dt. So this is the rate equation. This will be the rate equation. Are you getting my point? Now the second example I am taking, 2A gives 3B. Just now I told you initial time taken T0. So initial concentration of reactant A moles per liter and product B will be absent. At a time interval T, let's suppose X moles of A for 1 mole. So there are 2 moles of A. For each 1 mole of A, X moles decomposes. So 2 moles of A, 2X moles decomposes. And for 3 moles of B, 3X moles of product will be formed. Because the ratio, stoichiometry ratio will be always maintained here. So first of all, you write the here A minus X and the right side will be X. And after that, see the coefficient of the reactant and product and write the stoichiometry before the X. Here 2X, there 3X. Now rate of A minus dA by dt. So minus dA by dt, final concentration A minus 2X minus initial concentration minus A. Plus A minus A gets cancelled. Okay, you will get here minus is there, minus of minus plus. So 2 into dx by dt. Okay, from here I am writing dx by dt is equal, bring the 2 to the left side, you will get half into minus dA by dt. Let's suppose this is equation 1. Now come to, I am writing the rate of reaction of B, rate of B, that is the plus dB by dt. So final concentration 3x, initial concentration 0, 3x minus 0 will be 3x. So 3 into dx by dt. From here dx by dt, bring the 3 towards left side, that is 1 by 3 into dB by dt. Okay, in both the cases, if you see the left hand side, that is the dx by dt and dx by dt will be same. So RHS must be same. So here dx by dt, that is the rate of a reaction, will be equal to half into minus dA by dt, which is equal to 1 by 3 into dB by dt. This is the reaction rate or rate of reaction. Okay. Now this is very important note. Rate is always positive. Remember, it cannot be negative. But in the above expression, why we are writing the negative sign? The negative sign that corresponding that reactance concentration decreases with time. That means the final concentration of reactants will be less as that of the initial concentration. And one more important note here, we written here, the rate of any particular substance, for rate of any particular substance, its stoichiometric coefficient is not required. This is very important. Okay, suppose if I want to write the rate of reaction of A, rate of reaction of B, so no need to write the stoichiometric coefficient. But for overall reaction, if you want to write the rate of reaction, then we have to compulsory write the balancing equation. Otherwise, we could not write the rate of reaction for overall reaction. Okay, rate of reaction for overall reaction always significant when there is a balanced stoichiometric reaction is given. Balanced stoichiometric reaction is given. Yes or no? This is a very important note. Now there is a one more example here given. 2A plus 5B gives 6C. Let's suppose initially A moles of A, B moles of small b moles of capital B are present. Okay, now at a time interval T, let's suppose X moles of A decomposes. Okay, so for 2 moles of A, 2X moles, for 5 moles of B, 5X moles decomposes, and for 6 moles of C, 6X moles of C, that is the product will be formed. Here the stoichiometric ratio must be maintained 2:5:6. Just now I told you. Okay, now the rate of A will be equal to minus dA by dt. Okay, which is equal to minus dA by dt of final concentration A minus 2x minus initial concentration A minus A plus A gets cancelled. So you will get 2 times of dx by dt. From here dx by dt half into minus dA by dt, equation 1. Rate of B, again minus dB by dt, final concentration 5 minus bx, initial concentration B minus B plus B gets cancelled, minus of minus plus 5 into del dx by dt, where dx by dt is equal to 1 by 2 into minus of dB by dt, equation number 2. Now the rate of C, again dC by dt. Now the dC by dt, d by dt of C, what is the final concentration of C? Cx minus initial concentration will be 0, 6x minus 0, that will be 6x. So bring the 6 coefficient, that is constant, you will get the 6 into dx by dt. From here dx by dt is equal to 1 by 6 into dc by dt. Now if you see from 1, 2, 3 equations, from 1, 2 and 3 equations, LHS will be same, so RHS must be same. That means dx by dt is equal to 1 by 2 minus dA by dt into is equal to 1 by 5 into minus dB by dt is equal to 1 by 6 into dc by dt. So from these 3 examples, what we can concluded? Now whatever the stoichiometry will be there, that will be present in the denominator. If you see, the stoichiometry will be 2, so I am writing the 1 by 2 into minus dA by dt. Here the stoichiometry will be 5, so I am writing here divided by 5, that is 1 by 5 into minus dB by dt. Here stoichiometry coefficient will be 6, so that's why I am writing 1 by 6 into dc by dc. Here the negative sign corresponding to reactant concentration decreases and positive sign corresponding to products concentration increases. Okay. Now there is a one general example here. Small a moles of capital A, small b moles of capital B, when they combine to give small c moles of capital C and small d moles of capital D. The rate of disappearance of A, that is change in concentration of A with respect to time. Okay, so delta minus dA by dt. Similarly disappearance of B minus dB by dt. Rate of appearance of C, appearance is the formation, because the products will be always formed. So plus dc by dc, appearance of D plus dd by dt. Are you getting my point? The positive sign shows that the concentration of C and D, what happens, increases with time, and the negative sign indicates the concentration of A and B decreases with time. Remember, rate is always positive, rate should not be negative. Remember, rate is always positive, only the thing is the negative sign corresponding to concentration of reactants decreases and the positive sign corresponding to concentration of the products increases. Okay. Now just now I told you the rate of any particular reaction will be equal to change in concentration of A with respect to time. Okay. And whatever the stoichiometry, that will be written in the denominator. The stoichiometry will be written in the denominator. Okay. The stoichiometry will be A 1 by A, stoichiometry B 1 by B, left hand side, right side 1 by stoichiometry C D. So that's why I am writing 1 by C and 1 by D. Are you getting my point? This is very important. Okay. Now here there are some general questions given. We have to write the rate expression. Now rate of reaction will be equal to minus of d by dt of dihydrogen. Why I am writing minus? Because hydrogen is a reactant. Again minus d by dt of diiodine is equal to plus 1 by 2 d by dt of Hi. The stoichiometric coefficient of Hi will be 2, that's why I am writing in the denominator. Okay. Now the second question, rate is equal to minus d by dt of dinitrogen, stoichiometry will be only 1, minus d by dt of dioxygen, stoichiometry will be 1 here. Next plus 1 by 2 d by dt of NO. Why we are writing the 2 in the denominator? Because the stoichiometry will be 2. So similarly you can try third question, fourth one and fifth one. Fifth one, if you see, rate of a reaction is equal to minus 1 by 1 by 2 dA by dt. Yes or no? Is equal to minus 1 by 1 by 3 dB by dt is equal to plus 1 by 1 by 5 dc by dt. Are you getting my point? So it will become minus 2 times of dA by dt, which is equal to minus 3 times of dB by dt, and which is equal to 5 times of dc by dt. Remember, minus indicates the concentration of the reactants decreases and plus indicates the concentration of the products increases. Okay. Now the first problem here, 2A plus 3B gives 5C. Initial concentration of A will be 10 molar, which changes to 5 molar in the 20 seconds. Then calculate number 1, rate of a reaction of A. Rate of reaction of A is different from the rate of the reaction. Are you getting my point? Rate of a reaction of A independent on the stoichiometry, remember, but rate of a reaction depend on the stoichiometry. and the value of minus dB by dt and plus dC by dt. Okay. Now first of all, what I am writing here, equation. What is the equation given here? 2a plus 3b gives 5c. Now always you write initially time taken 0, where 10 molar capital A will be present. When the time approaches to 20 seconds, the concentration reduced to 5 molar. Yes or no? Now what is the rate of A? Rate of any particular species, nothing but change in concentration by time taken. Now the concentration of reactants decreases, that's why I am taking the negative sign, minus dA by dt. Okay, minus, what is the final concentration? 5. Initial concentration will be 10. The time taken will be 20. Initial will be 0. So overall 20 seconds. So 5 by 20, that will be 1 by 4 moles per liter per second. Okay, this is the rate of A. Rate of A. Now what is the rate equation? I am writing rate of reaction is equal to rate minus 1 by 2, because the stoichiometry 2, that's why it should be written in the denominator, dA by dt, that is equal to minus 1 by 3 dB by dt equal to plus 1 by 5 dC by dt. Okay. Now the first question, rate of reaction of A, that is completed. Next, rate of reaction. Now the rate of reaction will be equal to minus 1 by 2 into dA by dt. Okay, the minus corresponding to decrease in the concentration. Are you getting my point? So I am writing here 1 by 2 times of the minus dA by dt. Shall I write like this? What is the minus dA by dt value in the above expression? 1 by 4. So 1 by 2 into 1 by 4, nothing but 1 by 8. 1 by 8 molar per second. Are you getting my point? This is the second question, that is the rate of the reaction. The first question will be the rate of reaction of A, second question rate of reaction, then next to minus dB by dC. Now here in this expression, in this expression, what is the minus dB by dt? Minus dB by dt in terms of dA by dt. Minus dB by dt will be equal to 3 by 2 times of the minus of dA by dt. Yes or no? Once again, this 3 becomes in the numerator, so 3 by 2 minus of dA by dt. What is the minus of dA by dt? That is the rate of disappearance of A will be 1 by 4. 1 by 4. That will be 3 by 8 molar per second. Okay. Next, one more question, minus of dC by dt. Okay. From here, shall I write minus dC by dt in terms of dA by dt, which is equal to 5 by 2 times of the minus of dA by dt. Yes or no? What is the dA by dt value? 1 upon 4. So 5 by 2 into 1 upon 4. So 5 by 8. 5 by 8 molar per second. 5 by 8 molar per second. That means moles per liter per second. Now come to the second question. In the second question, in the formation of ammonia from N2 and H2, the rate of consumption of dinitrogen will be 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 moles per liter per second. Then calculate the rate of reaction. Remember, whenever the question is rate of reaction, definitely the reaction should be given. Otherwise, this question will be incompleted. This question will be incompleted because reaction is not given. Let's suppose I know how to prepare the ammonia by using the Haber process. N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. Let's suppose one student taking N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. The stoichiometric ratio he taken 1:3:2. Okay, according to which rate will be equal to minus of d by dt of N2 is equal to minus 1 by 3 d by dt of H2 equal to plus 1 by 2 d by dt of ammonia. Okay, now what information given in the question? the consumption of nitrogen, that means the consumption means disappearance. So minus of d by dt of N2 given in the question as a 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 molar per second. Yes or no? Now here the question, rate of reaction. Now in this case the rate of reaction will be equal to directly minus of d by dt of N2. Nothing but indirectly answer will be 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 molar per second. But this is not always correct, because the question, in this question reaction is not given. Let's suppose in the same above reaction what I am doing, half N2 plus 3 by 2 H2 gives rise to 2NH3. It is also balanced equation. It is also balanced equation. Yes or no? According to this reaction, what is the rate here? Rate is equal to minus of 2 times of d by dt of H2, because 1 by 2 becomes 2. Okay? 1 by 3 by 2 becomes 2 by 3. Minus of 2 by 3 times of d by dt of H2 equal to plus d by dt of ammonia. Yes or no? Now from this, the rate of a reaction will be equal to 2 times of the rate of consumption of dinitrogen. The rate of consumption of dinitrogen is given 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. So you will get the answer 3 into 10 raised to minus 3 molar per second. So this is the another answer. Because the equation is not given, that's why we are taking different chemical equations, but all the equations must be balanced. Let's suppose N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. Now what I am doing, I am multiplying with 2 on both sides. Okay, so that in the first equation N2 plus 3H2 2NH3, which is multiplied by 2 on both sides, 2NH2, 2 3 2 is 6, 2 2 is 4. Okay, now according to this equation, what is the rate expression? That will be equal to minus 1 by 2 d by dt of dinitrogen is equal to minus 1 by 6 into d by dt of dihydrogen, which is equal to plus 1 by 4 into d by dt of ammonia. Now in this expression, if you see, rate of reaction will be equal to 1 by 2 times of the consumption of the nitrogen. So 1 by 2 into consumption of nitrogen, 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. So you will get the answer 0.75 into 10 raised to minus 3 molar per second. You have 3 different answers. You have 3 different answers. First answer is the 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. Second answer will be the 3 into 10 raised to minus 3. And third answer will be the 0.75 into 10 raised to minus 3. All these answers are correct, because in the question the reaction is not given. Remember, this is a very important note. Already I told you in the beginning, for rate of reaction, balanced stoichiometric equation must be given. This is a very important note. For any reaction, to determine the rate of reaction, stoichiometry balanced equation should be what? Given. Okay. Now the next question here, question number 3. For the gas phase reaction, that is the 2A gives 3B. So in the question 2A gives 3B. Okay. At 27 degrees Celsius, the pressure of A changes from 2 atm to 1.5 atm in 10 seconds. Initial time period is 0. Initial pressure of capital A will be 2 atm. What is the pressure of the B? 0 atm. After time interval 10 seconds, the A will be left to 1.5 atm. Yes or no? A will be left to 1.5 atm. Okay. Now here the first question, rate of reaction in atm per second and in moles per liter per second. Rate of reaction. Rate of reaction. First of all, rate of A. What is the rate of A? Change in the concentration of A. Okay. What is the change in the concentration of A? That is change in the concentration in the sense here change in the pressure. So I am using the pressure. Change in the pressure of A divided by change in the time interval. What is the pressure change here? 1.5 final, initial to the time interval will be 10 seconds. Are you getting my point? So you have 1 by 20 atm per second. This is the unit. Okay. Now, what is the rate of reaction? Rate of reaction will be equal to the minus 1 by 2 dA by dt. Remember, whenever the question is rate of reaction, the stoichiometric coefficient should be written in the denominator. Minus of 1 by 2 into dA by dt. In the dA by dt, in the sense again here also minus dP A by dt. Okay. So minus 1 by 2 minus of dP by dt, that is 1 by 20. So that overall you will get 1 by 40. 1 by 40 atm per second. So the first unit will be atm per second. Now one more unit here, moles per liter per second. Do you know the relation between the concentration and pressure? Just now I told you. Okay. PV is equal to nRT. From that expression PV is equal to nRT. From here P is equal to n by V RT. From here P is equal to concentration into RT. So change in the pressure. Okay, delta PA upon delta T will be equal to change in the concentration delta CA upon change in the time interval multiplied by whom? RT. Okay, now here I want to calculate the concentration. I have to calculate the rate of reaction in terms of moles per liter per second. Okay, so change in the concentration dCA by dt will be equal to dPA upon dt into 1 by RT. Okay, what is the dPA by dt? That value will be 1 by 40 into 1 by, what is the capital R value? I told you, for simplicity you can take 1 by 12 into, what is the temperature given in the question? Temperature given here 27 degrees Celsius plus 273 in terms of Kelvin, so that you will get the 300 Kelvin temperature. Okay, here 300 Kelvin temperature. So finally the concentration value, the change in concentration by time, change in the time interval, you will get the 10 to the power minus 3 moles per liter per second. Moles per liter per second. Are you getting my point here? Now the next question, pressure of B in the same time interval. What will be the pressure of B in the same time interval? Second question. In the second question, the second part, if you see the rate of reaction of A and rate of reaction of B. So the rate of reaction of A will be equal to half into rate of reaction of A will be equal to 1 by 3 into rate of reaction of B. Shall I write? Because the A stoichiometry will be 2, B stoichiometry will be 3. From here, what is the rate of reaction of B in terms of rate of reaction of A? 3 by 2 times of rate of reaction of A. What is the rate of reaction of A here? 1 by 20. Rate of reaction A will be 1 by 20. So 3 by 2 into 1 by 20. So the rate of reaction of B will be 3 by 40 atm per second. That means in 1 second 3 by 40 atm pressure of B will be formed. That means in 1 second 3 by 40 atm pressure B form, but the time interval will be 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, how much of pressure of B will be formed? That will be the 0.75 atm B pressure will be formed. Otherwise, we can use the stoichiometry here. We can use the stoichiometry. How we can use the stoichiometry here? Now here initially how much of ATM will be there? 2 ATM, and after 10 seconds how much of ATM will be left? 1.5. That means how much consume? 0.5 ATM will be consumed. Okay, now here the stoichiometry will be 2:3. 2:3. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? So here I am writing 0.5 ATM into 3/2. So again you will get 0.75 ATM. From using the stoichiometry also we can find the pressure of the B. Otherwise with the comparison of the rate of reaction of A and B also we can calculate the pressure of the B. Question number 4. The rate of formation of ammonia in the Haber process will be 1.7 kg per hour. Then calculate the rate of disappearance of dihydrogen in gram per minute. This is very important, in gram per minute. Okay, now here what is the Haber process? Manufacturing of ammonia N2 plus 3H2 to give what? 2NH3. Okay, if you want to multiply with 2, if you want to divide it by 2, no need to, no, you can do anything. Okay, here no need to balancing the, no need to write the different reactions. You take any reaction but answer will be remains same. Now here rate of a reaction is equal to what? Minus of d by dt of dinitrogen, that is equal to again minus 1/3 d by dt of dihydrogen, which is equal to plus 1/2 d by dt of ammonia. Yes or no? In the question what is given? The rate of formation of ammonia, that means plus d by dt of ammonia is given. D by dt of ammonia given 1.7 kg per hour. 1.7 kg per hour is given. This is very important. Now here ammonia information is given. Calculate the disappearance of dinitrogen. So what is the dinitrogen and ammonia relation here? From these two we can write the relation between dinitrogen and ammonia. The disappearance of dinitrogen, the disappearance of dihydrogen will be equal to 3/2 times of the formation of ammonia. Yes, remember here the formation of ammonia will be given in the kilogram per hour, but here 3/2 will be the moles ratio. That's why we have to convert the weight of ammonia into moles of ammonia. So 3/2 into 1.7 into 1000, that will be 1700 grams of ammonia divided by its molar mass will be 17. Its molar mass will be, ammonia molar mass will be how much? 17. Okay, now one more important thing, in the denominator per hour, but the final answer we have to written in per minute. Okay, so do you know 1 minute will be, 1 hour will be equal to 60 minutes. So in the numerator you have mole, in the denominator you have minute. Mole per minute you have final answer. So rate of disappearance of dinitrogen will be equal to 5/2 times of moles per minute. But in the final answer there should be gram per minute. So immediately 1 mole of hydrogen will be 2 grams. So that's why multiply with the molar mass per minute. Okay, 5. So final answer will be 5 gram per minute. This is very important. Once again I am telling here, the 3/2 ratio is a moles ratio, not the weight ratio. So that's why we have to write the weight of the substance into moles of the substance. Are you getting my point? And similarly to the same question, similar to the above question, here 2SO2 plus O2 gives 2SO3. The rate of formation of SO3 100 gram per minute, and what is the rate of disappearance of oxygen? Now again write the rate expression. Rate of a reaction will be equal to minus 1/2 times of the d by dt of SO2, which is equal to minus of d by dt of SO2, and which is equal to the plus 1/2 d by dt of SO3. Okay, in the question the rate of formation of ammonia, that is plus d by dt of SO3 given, which is equal to 100 gram per minute. Again remember this is given in the grams. we have to convert into moles. Okay, now the relation between disappearance of O2 and formation of SO3. Formation of SO3, disappearance of disappearance of O2 is the relation between these two. Now the question is disappearance of O2, that means d by dt of O2 we have to find, which will be equal to 1 by 2 times of the formation of SO3. Okay, now what is the formation of SO3 given here? 100 gram per minute. Remember, it should be present in moles per liter. So do you know what is the molar mass of SO3? 80. So that's why we are writing 100, that is the mass upon molar mass will be 80. So you will get mole per minute. Mole per minute. So 0 0 will be gets cancelled, 2 1s are 2 5s are. So minus of d by dt of O2, which is equal to how much? 5 by 8 times of the moles per minute. Remember, again in options you have grams. So what will be the molar mass of dioxygen? That will be 32. So 1 mole of O2, nothing but 32 gram per minute. Okay, now 32 grams. Now 8 ones are 8 fours are 5 fours are 20. So 20 gram per minute is the final answer. 20 gram per minute is the final answer. So this is a very important. Okay, whenever the mass is given, whenever the concentration given in terms of mass, immediately you convert into moles. Okay, now the question number 6th question. Now the 3A gives 2B plus 4C. Initial pressure of A will be 300 Kelvin. Okay, is 2 atm initial pressure, and total pressure after 30 seconds will be 3 atm. Find the rate of reaction. Yes. Now again write the equation. 3A gives 2B plus 4C. It's a gas phase reaction. So initial time interval 0. Initial pressure of the gas A will be 3 atm. So there will be no pressure of the B and C. After time interval 30 seconds, the pressure of A will, let's suppose, decomposes P atm. The stoichiometry 3, so 3P. So here right side will be 2P and 4P, because the stoichiometry ratio 3 is to 2 is to 4. So 3P is to 2P is to 4P. Okay, that ratio. What is the P total? P total. What is the total pressure here? 2 minus 3P plus 2P plus 4P. Are you getting my point? So the total pressure will be 2 plus 3P. So what is the final total pressure given in the question? 3 atm. That will be 3 atm. That means 3P value become 1 atm. 3P is equal to 1. P is equal to 1 by 3 atm. Are you getting my point? Now here, what is the change in the pressure of A? That is equal to minus of final pressure will be 2 minus 3P, minus of initial pressure will be minus, initial pressure will be 2, so plus 2 minus 2 cancel, minus of minus plus 3P. So what is the 3P value here? 1. What is the 3P value here? 1. And one more important thing, in the question final answer should be mentioned in the minute, but it is given in the seconds. So here 1 atm per second. Now convert the second into minute, which is equal to 1 atm. 1 second, nothing but here time interval, just wait, time interval how much is given here? Just a minute. Now what is the time interval here? 30 seconds. 30, here I am converting into minutes. Okay, so 30 by 60, half minute. Okay, so finally what you will get here? You will get finally 2 atm per minute. Finally you will get the answer 2 atm per minute. This is the change in the pressure of A. Okay, now what will be the calculate the rate of reaction? Okay, now here calculate the rate of reaction. Here to calculate the rate of reaction, just wait, here the unit will be atm per minute, so we have to convert the unit also. Okay, that is very important. We know how to convert the pressure to concentration and concentration to pressure. Okay, now here PV is equal to nRT. From here P is equal to N by V into RT, that is P is equal to C into RT. Okay, now here minus dPA by dt will be equal to minus dCA by dt into what? RT. I want to convert into what? Moles per liter per second. So that's why I am writing here minus of dCA by dt is equal to minus of dPA by dt divided by RT. Minus dP by dt value will be 2. 1 by, what is the R value? 1 by 12. And what is the temperature is given? 300 Kelvin. Okay. Now here finally you will get the minus of dCA by dt, that will be equal to 2 by 25 moles per liter per minute. 2 by 25. Okay. Now the final one, rate of reaction. The final answer should be rate of reaction. Rate of reaction is equal to, now the equation 3a. So shall I write minus of 1 by 3 d minus of 1 by 3 dCA by dt. Okay. Now 1 by 3 minus of dCA by dt value 2 by 25. So final answer 2 by 75. Moles per liter per minute. Are you getting my point? Now next to 7th question. Calculate the rate of disappearance of ammonia between 5 to 10 seconds and 10 to 20 seconds. Very simple problem. Already graph is given. So minus of d by dt of ammonia, change in the concentration of ammonia, that will be the final concentration. That means final concentration in between 5 to 10. That means 0.4. Final initial will be 0.6. The time interval will be 10 minus 5. Okay, 10 minus 5. Are you getting my point? So this will be finally, this will be 0.2 divided by 10 minus 5. This will be moles per liter per second. Okay. Next one more time interval is there, that will be 10 to 20, where again the rate of disappearance of ammonia, again the 10 to 20 time interval concentration will be 0.2, 10 seconds time interval 0.4, again divided by 20 minus 10. Again you have 0.2 divided by 5 molar per second. Are you getting my point here? 0.2, 10, 20 minus 10 will be 10. I think here 10. Okay. Now in the 10 minus 5, 0.2 by 5, 10 minus 4, 0.2. Okay. Here 0.2 by 10. Are you getting my point? In the first case, concentration change will be 5 to 10. That will be at 10 seconds 0.4, and 5 seconds 0.6. There will be 0.2. Difference will be 5 minus 10. 10 minus 5. That will be 5. Okay. Now come to the next question. Question number 8th question. Now here, for the reaction 2A gives 3B plus 4C, the number of moles of B increases by, how many moles of B increases? 6 into 10 raised to minus 3 moles in 10 seconds and in 10 liter of container. Are you getting my point? That means finally how much of concentration of B increases, that is the rate of formation of B will be number of moles increases 6 into 10 raised to minus 3 divided by volume of the container, that will be 10 liters, and divided by time taken will be 10 seconds. So finally 6 into 10 raised to minus 5 moles per liter per second. This is the rate of formation of B. Now what is the rate of reaction here? Rate of reaction will be equal to minus 1 by 2 into rate of minus 1 by 2 into dA by dt, which is equal to plus 1 by 3 into dB by dt, which is equal to plus 1 by 4 into dC by dt. So we know dB by dt. From here we can directly find the rate of reaction. So rate of reaction will be equal to rate of appearance of C option. Third question will be rate of reaction. So before going to that, what I am doing here, now here what I am doing here, dB by dt, I want to find the dB by dt rate of appearance. dB by dt already 6 into 10 raised to 5. Okay, now next one is the dC by dt. Okay, now what will be the dC by dt? 4 by 3 times of the dB by dt. Yes, 4 by 3 times of the dB by dt. 4 by 3 times of the dB by dt will be 6 into 10 raised to minus 5. So which will be equal to 8 into 10 raised to minus 5 moles per liter per second. This is the rate of appearance of C. Okay. Now rate of disappearance of B, that is equal to minus, that will be equal to what? Minus dA by dt. Now in terms of dB by dt, what is the minus dA by dt? That will be equal to 2 by 3 times of the dB by dt. Yes or no? So 2 by 3 times of the, what is the dB by dt value? 6 into 10 raised to minus 5, which will be equal to 4 into 10 raised to minus 5 molar per second. And finally, rate of the reaction. Rate of the reaction is equal to minus half into dA by dt. So what is the dA by dt? Rate of disappearance of A will be equal to how much? Half into minus of dA by dt. So minus of dA by dt 4 times 4 into 10 raised to minus 5. That will be finally 2 into 10 raised to minus 5 moles per liter per second. Okay. Next to here question number 9. X plus y plus z, x plus xa plus yb gives zc. If minus dA by dt equal to minus dB by dt equal to 1.5 dC by dt, then find the xyz values. Okay. Now before going to that, I am writing the general expression. Rate will be equal to minus 1 by x into dA by dt. Okay. dA by dt, which is equal to what? Minus 1 by y into dB by dt, which is equal to what? Plus 1 by z into dC by dt. Okay. Now here what should be the x, y, z values? Now in the given question, dA by dt minus of dA by dt minus of dB by dt, which is equal to what? 1.5 times of the dC by dt. Let's suppose put xyz value 1. xyz value 1. So definitely in the last term, that is the dC by dt, you will get the only 1, but there is a 1.5. So first option is not correct. First option is not correct. So hit and trial. If you put the third option, let's suppose put the third option, x value 3, y value 3 and z value 2. So what happens here? Minus 1 by 3 dA by dt, again minus 1 by 3 dB by dt equal to what? 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 dC by dt. Okay. Now if you see, multiply with 3, so you will get minus of dA by dt, into 3 by 3 gets cancelled, minus of dB by dt. So plus 3 by 2, 3 by 2 nothing but 1.5 dC by dt. So option C is the correct one, hit and trial method. Okay, hit and trial method. Now one more question is there. In the reaction XA gives YB, log of minus dA by dt equal to log of dB by dt plus 0.3. The negative side indicates the rate of disappearance of the reactant. Find the x is to y ratio. Yes. Now here log of minus of dA by dt equal to log of dB by dt. Now instead of 0.3 I know log 2 value 0.3. Do you know what is the log 2 value? 0.3010. For simplicity we are taking only 0.3. Now on the right side log a plus log b. Do you know log of ab nothing but log a plus log b. So instead of log a plus log b I am writing log of a into b type. Shall I cancel the logarithm on the both sides? Shall I cancel the logarithm on the both sides? Yes. So minus of dA by dt equal to dB by dt into 2 times. If you bring the two left side, minus 1 by 2 dA by dt equal to plus dB by dt. Yes or no? Now here what is the x value here? The general equation is what? X moles of A gives y moles of B. So what is the general expression we can write here? Minus 1 by x into dA by dt will be equal to plus 1 by y dB by dt. Okay. Now compare the equation 1 and equation 2. So you will get the x value 2 and y value will be 1. So the ratio between x is to y, that will be 2 is to 1. That will be what? 2 is to 1. That will be the option number B, second option. Are you getting my point?